Hello. I've been having a phantom transmission leak, meaning that every so often that I'll pour like 2 quarts of fluid in it and I can't see it not leaking nowhere. And it's been driving me batty for a couple of years. And I've been trying to figure this out. First I thought it was the pump seal blowing it out on the road. And I've disproved that theory because it's dry up around the torque converter. And I finally figured it out as being the seal in the transfer case. When I bought the truck, the transmission had been rebuilt. But for some reason, the morons didn't replace the seal in the front of the transmission, knowing that's a pattern failure. So when I pulled that seal out, it was as hard as plastic. And it appeared like it still had the factory gasket on the extension housing, like they just separated the transmission off the adapter and didn't fool with the transfer case. There's oil leaking on this transmission cover. It's the flywheel cover under the torque converter. And it was dripping red the other day. And I've got it pulled off of here. And it's spotless dry up under here. There's not a bit of oil coming off of that front seal. So it made me wonder. First I saw the cooler lines had a drip of fresh oil on them right over here. And I thought maybe they'd wore a hole in them, but that's not the case. And under further inspection, I got looking up here on top of the transmission, and here's this line right here. That rubber one on the bottom. It's a vent tube. I don't know if you can see it on here or not, but it comes back here to the transfer case. Plugs in back here some damn more, right here. That hose right there looks like about 3/8 fuel hose. Goes up to the back of the engine, and it's got a vent cap on it. It goes back. I think there's some more of it right here. And up above the transmission, it's kind of greasy. And the top of the transmission's wet as well. And I have determined that this transmission is leaking into the transfer case, and now it's blowing the oil out of this vent pipe on top of the transmission. And that was my phantom transmission leak, not the torque converter pump seal, like a reasonable person would believe. And in another clip, I took the fill plug out of the transfer case and literally got a bath in transmission oil. And I was not very happy. I've got my drain pan right here. I don't know, maybe you can see it. This drain pan right here holds about 1 gallon of fluid. And it's just about full. And I run about a quart of oil on the ground in my pad here. Besides what soaked me down with. I'm not sure if anybody else has had this same problem, but this flywheel cover in here, it's spotless. There's not a drop of wet oil inside this. So exhaust bolts there, that's what those are. I just wanted to be able to show somebody about this leak. This is a 97 model that has the vent tube, and the 95 and previous had a vacuum switch down there, and it would suck the excess oil up through and reburn it through the engine. So this is kind of what my issue is. You can see there's the transfer case is a little bit wet back here. The transmission's fairly dry. Yeah, I know the lighting is not real good in here. because it's not up on a lift. But I just noticed that from this adapter point back, it looks kind of wet right around that mating flange, like it's been seeping oil. This is what I have right now. So, transmission's been leaking on this. I can't ever find where the oil's coming from. And today I discovered it coming out of the vent pipe to this transfer case. Still pouring out. Yeah, I'd say it was a little bit over full. I was a little bit irritated because I took the fill plug out of the transfer case to see if it was a little bit over full. And that fluid gushed out of it, and it made me feel like I was on the movie Carrie, just covered with pig's blood, and smell, ooh, nasty. Well, I got my seal out. This is the national part number, 710928, and the gasket that goes on the adapter is a Felpro 72770. Maybe you can see it in that thing, but the only store that had that on the shelf was Advance Auto. Not even the Chevy garage had that in stock, which I found that hard to believe, because it's a pattern failure on 90s vehicles. And this seal adapter, this is the front seal off the transfer case, off the main shaft to the main transmission, and the lip on here, it's rock hard. It feels like plastic, and it appears to be a factory seal. I didn't take the transfer case out of the frame. I just got it sitting up on my jack, and I popped this seal retainer off because it'd be a lot easier than trying to wrestle that thing in and out of the frame the way General Motors built their equipment. And it's not that big of a deal. I think I've been working on it an hour and a half to get it apart. It'll be another couple hours to put it back. But if you pop this off, make sure this groove goes to the top, because that's an oil hole. And that's what I have for now. I didn't mention it before, but this is a double lip seal. And what that means, it seals the transfer case and the transmission. I'm having a hard time here out in the sun. But there's a ring on this side, and you flip the seal over, and there's another ring on that side. There's another spring. So it's got a lip facing both directions. I thought that was kind of unique. That's different from the other ones I've done in the past. I've had to put a lot of labor into this today, start to finish, to take the transfer case off the 4L60E. It took me about 5 hours start to finish, and a couple of days ago I did some inspection on the front of it. I don't even know how much time I spent on that, 2 or 3 hours, because I had trouble getting the pipes off, and then I couldn't get them to seal back down. Yeah, just that sort of thing. It's been a rough week for me. Be a lot easier if I was still working in a shop and had it up on a lift with all the fancy equipment, you know. But I was doing a driveway style.